Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Queen and Last here on Luna, the Final. Cast a game on this map recently. It was a ZVP. This is going to be a ZVT between two players that I know and love. Bottom left, we have Last under his well-known Smurf name, Melverk. And in the bottom right, we have Zero, otherwise known as Queen, under their Smurf name, Mithra. Alright, we're just going to call him Queen because that is his current name. Went by Zero for a few years, but changed his name to Queen recently, maybe in 2020 or 2019. So that's how we're going to refer to him. TVZ. On this map. Let's take... Oh, did I miss the checkbox? I was so proud of myself. I missed the checkbox. Yeah, so this is it, right? It's a weird map in a lot of ways. Oh, this has made some changes to it, though, huh? Oh, it's different. Okay, so Luna. We got rid of some of the weird stuff, interestingly enough. So regular 4-player map here, as we can see. Your expansion is down this ramp and pretty wide open. As far as trying to wall this off goes, it kind of sucks if you're Terran or Protoss. Probably an advantage for Zerg there. We've got a third base here that's minerals only, third base here that's minerals only, but Zergs are probably just going to take their third base in these other expansions regardless. Probably this one, if I had to guess, where the third base is going to go for Queen here today. Got our Kakaru. Kakaru! How's it going, Kakaru? Looking happy. I can tell you, that's a happy Kakaru. So we'll see. Again, hard. Feels like this is wider to wall off than this is. Is that accurate? Am I just reading this wrong? Maybe this is an imbalanced map. Maybe that's why we don't see a lot of games on Luna. Anyway, SCV scouts the correct direction, recognizes, it's about a 12 hatch of Rooney into gas, and a pool at about 11 supply here from Zero. On the other side, the 1 Rax is just about done here. Out of Last, continuing to make SCVs. And then once this is done, I'm going to make a... no. You know what? Unless you're being aggressive, let's not bother with a Marine. Obviously, the pool's not going to be done for a long time yet. Let's not worry about it. Let's just expand. Yeah, 1 Rax expand here at about 16 supply. And call it all sorts of good. Kakaru recognizing the SCV causing problems for these poor unfortunate drones here. So this is the minerals game, right? Oh, he lost. He lost the minerals game. The trick here is that only 1 worker at a time can mine from a mineral patch. You'll notice that when you're harvesting your workers, that applies to enemy workers too. So if an enemy worker is harvesting a mineral patch, when your worker tries to come up to it and use it, it can't, and it has to bounce over somewhere else. The problem is you can only play this game as an enemy worker if you don't actually gather a clump of minerals. Once you do that, you can't do this anymore, right? So Last lost the game, unfortunately, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Making a bunker just to be safe and going for a second Rax here. So again, Terrans have a lot of options in TVZ. They can go for a just straight up. We're making 10, 15 barracks. Maybe not 15, but a lot of barracks, right? With science vessel support, making some medics and firebats, having a nice day with all of our Marines, just pumping 15 Marines at a time. They can do that for all day. They can start out with mech, right? Just make a bunch of factories early. Start with Goliaths, move into siege tanks and vultures. Maybe just go vultures and tanks first, whatever you want to do. And then you can also go starting in bio, get up to maybe 6 racks or so, float those racks out as scouting buildings and start building your factories. That's another option. So we'll keep an eye on Last and see what he wants to do with this. I don't feel like I've cast a Last game in a while. Think I have? I don't think I have. Anyway, macro hatch here for Queen. Actually, hold on. We don't have a sneaky little third base in this in our main here, do we? No, we do not. I think earlier versions of the map, or maybe I'm thinking of another map, had minerals up here, or in the general vicinity for a quick third. But anyway, I do like the Shakuris tile set. It's pretty. They introduced it in Brood War. I just remember just being really impressed with it when it first came out. I've been playing StarCraft like every day since it came out in spring of 1998, and then when Brood War came out in the fall, I was like, yes, let's load this one up. And it's a new tile set, and it's blue, and I love blue. That's probably part of it. Just really impressed with the blue color. All right, so where's the third base of Zero gonna go is the question of the day. He's going for a Spire, as is tradition. can open lurkers if you want, but opening Spire really kind of keeps the Terran pinned in at home. And if you keep the Terran pinned in at home, then you can drone up a lot, and then your third base is a lot safer. So Creep Colony coming in, recognizing, okay, the Marine count is a little bit scary. You don't know how many are in this bunker either is the problem. There could be an additional 4 Marines in that bunker, but there aren't. Really? Is this a move out? No, this has got to be a feint. There's no upgrades on these guys. They don't have stim yet. They don't have any medics. This cannot be an attempt to kill Queen. But, I mean, if it's just a feint, it is forcing a sunken colony to be made at the natural base. The problem is this rush distance is nothing. It is a spitting distance. Look at this. Yeah, you just kind of, it's a gentle jog. You can actually take this bridge and you're there super fast. But it's a narrow area, so that's a little bit dangerous. All right, medics are out. Stim is done. Range on the way. U-238 coming in. My brain always wants to say U-571, which is an amazing submarine movie from the 90s. I'm pretty sure it was from the late 90s. Not Hunt for Red October, which is probably the greatest submarine movie of all time. But U-571 is not a bad flick if you're into submarines and naval combat, you know? All right, so the Mutalisks are here. 2 turrets and 3 turrets. 3 turrets and a bunch of Marines, though. This is not an easy play for these guys. No, that's good. Good sniping and SCV there, building another missile turret. So we only have 3 instead of 4. Blast is moving out, though. I don't know about this moving out idea. He's bleeding SCVs right now. He's tied on work with the Zerg, which is bad. But this little attack is a bit scary here from the Terran. Wow, he's going 4 Sunkens. 3 Sunkens is usually ample, but I guess Stim is done, and I guess range is done. Maybe once those upgrades are complete, it gets a little bit more dicey. So 2 Sunkens fighting. It's actually enough to shove Last away. He's like, you know what? We're not going to call this. I'm going to take that for granted. Let's go ahead and make a couple more here. How did I select an SCV with that? I don't know. Yeah, continuing to make those SCVs here. Last lost a couple, but he's replacing them just by double pumping them consistently here. This is some pretty nice control out of Queen. I mean, honestly, Queen is one of the best Zerg players in the world ever in the history of StarCraft. He might be my favorite. There have just been multiple games of his that I've cast and that I've seen where I'm just like, wow, this guy. Just the control, the excellent use of spellcasters, the ability to take games from the brink of defeat to victory in ways that I don't see from other Zerg players. Like, usually Zerg is not a very good comeback race, right? They're down 50 supply, and it's just like, well, good luck with that. I mean, everybody being down 50 supply is bad, but Zerg especially being down 50 supply is like, But he can do it. He's been able to come back here with the use of Queens, obviously, right? Check this action out. Taking that third base where I said he would, but there's nothing to defend this at all. That is just a really, really sneaky attempt at taking this. Lurker aspect is almost done, but there are no Hydras here. Yeah. The drone's going to hide. Ooh, can you successfully hide, do you think? He's doing his best. We'll see if Last finds it. That would be amazing. Okay, it's a scavenger hunt, right? No, it's hide and go seek. Hide and go seek. Are you going to find the drone? Oh, he found him. He found him. Blech. Could he have hidden down here some more successfully? That was really well covered. That sucks. Queen really, really, really wants that third base. I mean, there's no third base out of Last, but still. Again, the Muta's keeping the army generally at home, except these guys snuck out, man. They snuck right out. Look at these medics holding position at the top of the ramp so the Marines can sit behind them and just fire. Yeah, because these Lings want to open this up, right? They really need this third base to be a thing for the Swarm. These Marines, I think, are willing to die for their commander because they are going to die for their commander. There's no thought in their minds of retreat right now. So no sign of a Last third base either here. Look at these guys just kind of rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic a little bit. Is he just going to... Okay, we're just going to pop lurkers down. Oh, crap. Yeah, see, no. Nope. Coming down a ramp or up a ramp, 2 at a 2, one by one is going to be super bad for you. Lurker's got that contain thing going. 2 additional macro hatches on the way, and he just takes the low ground base for his third. I know he has some macro hatches, but we're going to call that third base anyway. So the Mutas, yeah, there we go. So Mutaling going to be enough to handle this. There's no fire bats in the mix at all. The medics all die simultaneously. That was actually some nice synchronization from them. And the third base is delayed, but it exists. I'd love to see another hatch right here from Queen as well, if we can get there. Additional lurkers coming in. Queen's Nest on the way. The Terran player is doing that bio thing we talked about earlier. He's pumping them science vessels out of them starports. He's working on additional barracks to bring it up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 barracks? Yeah, we're going to get at least 6 here. Radiation upgrade is in construction as well, or research as well. 11 mutas. Do we have any upgrades on these boys? 0 upgrades on these boys. But, you know, let's get while the getting's good. Before irradiate's a thing, that's when the Mutalisk heyday is really over. The control is not perfect. But against this many turrets, I'm not sure what perfect control looks like. You're still going to take hits, you know? Hive on the way back home from Queen. Still no third base from Last. That's kind of the saving grace for Queen right now. If Queen didn't have a third base, but Last did, it'd be the end of times. Radiate, almost done. Lurkers setting up, setting back. This might just open this path up here to expand, and maybe just to this minerals only base. Again, we're just pumping Marines. That's all we're doing today. If you're Last, you're just pumping Marines all the livelong day. There's your first irradiate of the day. Fantastic, fantastic job here. Yeah, so third base, I'd love to see. I mean, might as well take this one at this point. Pair of Scourge on the way to deal with that science vessel. It's really, really injured, so only 1 Scourge is required to take it down. It would be nice to kill the first science vessel. Keeping the science vessel count low is hard, and against an elite Terran player is virtually impossible. But if you can do it, it's a lot easier to beat Terran if you're a Zerg player. So we'll see. We'll see if he can make it happen here. Again, Queen's one of the players that can pull it off. He looks like he wants to jump on this. Ooh, he does get... Oh, he gets the injured science vessel without even using a Scourge. That's hot. That is hot moves out of Queen here. This is why we like Queen. Oh, irradiate. He's trying to kill the tank. Caught the irradiate to the face. Pull. There, finally got him. Oh, lost 2 other Mutalisks and lost the one to the irradiate. That was some effective irradiation there. That was 75 energy for 3 Mutalisks. Not bad. Not a bad trade. Defiler Mount on the way. Adrenal Glands coming in here too. We're just delaying until Dark Swarm is a thing. Dark Swarm is technically a thing now, but Consume's not getting started on time for Queen. Queen, seriously though, get that Consume going. Scourge, nice control. Great control, but the Science Vessel goes down anyway. Enough scans are available to actually pick these lurkers out of the ground. The siege tanks taking hits. They were Adrenal Gland Zerglings, but not enough. Still no third base out of Last here at 13 minutes. This is looking extremely dangerous for the Terran player. I know he's up 96 to 78 supply, but Consume's getting started. Additional upgrades are coming in for these ground units. This is just a dart up to that third base, and there are no Sunkens here. 0 Sunkens. Just Nidusing out some Lings and Hydras to try to save this thing, but it's not looking good. A ton of lurkers Nidusing out. All right. Getting interesting nevertheless. Lings are jumping on top of this. Getting a couple kills, not doing amazing for themselves, but by enough time for the lurker to get on in here. Lurker does burrow in, gets a couple swipes off. More Lings pouring out of that Nidus Canal. A Sunken finishes. You got to kill these Marines, though, or the tank's going to be a major problem for you. Tank does go down to the lurkers. Insanely good hold there from Queen. That was extraordinarily scary there for a minute. Oh. All right, man. Queen holding on. Last is kind of 2-base in this. Do we think he's 2-base in this? That's a command center. Okay. So he just started a 3rd CC inside of his main. And guess who's got reinforcements? Because when you're making, 15 Marines at a time, reinforcements are pretty easy. Finally, a Dark Swarm comes up. All the static defense is dead. The Ling's getting some excellent trades on these split out Marines. That is your problem, right? If you split against the lurker, then the Lings do better against you. And the Science Vessel gets sniped. These den, again, we talked about this. Queen doing an amazing job keeping that science vessel count low. Got dropships today, though. A new science vessel has joined the party. Not out of energy for anything, as it turns out. Dropships decide to pull back as there are Scourge in the flight path. Yeah, see these Scourge? They will kill your dropships. Oh my gosh. Free dropship! Get it! Okay. One connection, but not two. Unloading the Marines is a brilliant move. Oh, that's a lot of dead medics. Hang on. Did the medics... Oh, the medics all got saved by those Marines. They owe those Marines their lives. And, you know, some of these Marines probably owe their lives to the medics as well. It's a symbiotic relationship, yeah? The medics wouldn't be out here if the Marines weren't, I guess, is the bigger problem. Love the Firebat play out of the heavy Ling stuff that Queen is going for. 32 drones. Unfortunately, has to pull a lot of workers from this mineral line to throw down this static defense. But he's got his fourth base rolling. Okay, so this is a game where if Queen can hold on for the next about 3 minutes, he got this game won, I feel like. But Last can win it in these next 3 minutes because he's up 113 to 76 supply. Radiates on the lurkers is always a problem. Did I see Plague Goo coming up or did I just hallucinate that? I love this angle. Oh, that's such a good angle for these Scourge. Oh, what did this one do? This one really wants to go for the dropships. Okay, that's fair. So save yourself for the dropships, man. Keep them from landing up here because that would be disastrous for this fourth base. Third base is still not landed from Last. This is what I'm talking about. This is a two-basing Last trying to take down a base or two of Queen's while establishing his own third, but he hasn't been able to pull that off yet. Queen's defense has just been tooth and nail, fight as hard as you can. 127 to 88 supply, finally making some drones. Nice target fire. I mean, whatever. Target fire, firing, whatever the same thing is. Third base. Big old Maynard transfer to this third base, though. That's a lot of SCVs. Très magnifique. Les CV. Place your bets here at 17 minutes. What do you think? The third base is running. That's a huge deal for Last. One Zergling, one Crackling wanders in here with 2 armor and no attack upgrades. Scourge. Sure, we'll take a science vessel. Free science vessel. Ooh, dropship gets sniped by Scourge, but a big-time drop. Oh, mama. This is a problem for the Zerg player all of a sudden. These guys maybe overstimming a little bit. They got 2-1. They've got stim. Oh, the Hydralisk den's going down. The Defiler mound is going to go down. I think the Queen's Nest died. Taking down the spawning pool would be incredible as well. We're boxer maneuvering on this really oversaturated drone line. Dude, Last is doing incredible amounts of damage to Queen here. This is what I predicted. This is exactly what I said had to happen for Last to win this game. It's 31 to 40 workers. Queen was doing so well economically, and then the boxer maneuver comes in. They're just patrolling back and forth on a patrol pattern. That's amazing. Some Lings try to deal with these Marines. No, but the 4 Sunkens are going to be amazing. This finally gets cleaned up thanks to a ton of Zerglings and Lurkers, but look at all those tech structures that died. That's a Defiler mound. That's a Hydralisk den. An Evolution Chamber went down there too. And again, I think a Queen's Nest died there. Yeah, like all of the important tech. Science vessels getting wrecked during the trek up north, though. Last wants to finish this off. Can he do it? This has been some really, really good TVZ. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it so far, because I've really enjoyed this one. Watching Last play Terran is inspiring. Watching Queen play Zerg, inspiring. Tech structures, there we go. Queen's Nest. Wait, that wasn't there the whole time, was it? That's a replant? I don't know. I'm kind of shocked we're not making a new Hydralisk den. You do know you need those to make Lurkers, right? Look at the drops. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Look at these Scourge are just like, no, you're not. You're not dropping here. Scourge waiting for further ones. Queen is stabilizing. Look at this. 89 to 91 total supply. Even, I don't know, even supply at 20 minutes isn't great for the Zerg player. He'd really like to be up, but he does have this fourth base he's rolling with. He's got 42 workers, which is a great number for him. He's replacing his Defiler Mound. That is the bigger key right now. That he hasn't replaced a Defiler Mound until now might just be the nail in the coffin. Dark Swarm comes up. I mean, the Defilers exist, but the ones that exist are the only ones that are going to exist for a while. Science facilities scouting out. You do know you need this if you're going to build more science vessels, right? So here we go. A good use of drops. I mean, not as good as the drops I saw in Ample versus Queen on the channel about 2 weeks ago. If you missed that game, go check it out. It's got battle cruisers in the thumbnail, and it's an amazing epic level TVZ. Another science vessel gets sniped. See, but these irradiates on the Defilers are just worth their weight in gold. Because again, every Defiler that dies is a dead... Okay, I guess we're making them now. For a while there, every Defiler that died reduced the count by 1 for a very long time. Scourge trying to get some hits off. They get 1 of them, but there's still 3 here. Man, are we really just marching in right now? I feel like we're just kind of marching in right now. Fire Bats inside the Dark Swarm. Ah, where is your god now? Say the Fire Bats. Ooh, Science Vessel taking some hits. The Sunkens are actually not working very well against the stuff inside the Dark Swarm. Last is forced to retreat from the position after killing a ton of stuff down there, though. I don't know where this Lurker is going necessarily, but he's escaping. Escape from Alcatraz, I guess. I don't know. 87 and 93 supply. Queen is up. The Science Vessel sniping today has been elite level. Last has not done a fantastic job taking care of them. Like, parking them right here was a really bad idea. He's got another race coming up in the top left right now. It's 40 to 43 workers. This is down to the wire. Metasynaptic node on the way from Queen 2. I love the Spore. I really like the Spore because this Science Vessel, it's easy to snipe when it's taking some hits. Oh my gosh. Dude, has Queen flipped this game around? Remember when I was like, Queen's really good at coming back from terrible positions, flipping the script? I think that might be exactly what Queen has done in this game. I mean, Last is still mining from his natural and his third base, and his fourth base is almost done. So I feel like Last is in a fine position as well. Kindness plating on the way. We're trying to make ultras. You know what? We can make a lot of ultras right now. 800 and 800 minerals and gas. Ultras would be pretty good against all these fire bats, man. It's a pretty heavy fire bat situation here. Fourth base is a big deal. There really has not been an expansion out of Queen in some time, but look at this action. Zergling's coming in. No attack upgrades at all, which I really find confusing, but oh no, the cat was away and the mice came to play. This counter attack of Zerglings is kind of brutal. Once you've got Lings inside your base, it gets really hard to get rid of them if you're a Terran player. Protoss, I feel like, has an easier time of it. Look at this. Last is like, well, okay, I lost all of my SCVs here. I'm down to 35 of them. Maybe we try to push this way and try to kill Queen on this side of the map. Maybe so. Lurker ends up getting 3 or 4 kills before it gets wiped out, and it does. This Lurker Dark Swarm stuff, oh, the Dark Swarm stuff is over now. This is tight, but it's 122 to 77 supply. The hold at this ramp, or at this bridge, has been legendary out of Queen. The Zerg infestation does get cleaned out of the main base and the natural base here. Scourge accomplished nothing. Oh, these Scourge accomplished a lot. By that I mean 1 Science Vessel goes down, and good game, Queen is your winner in 23 minutes and 57 seconds. Woo! That was amazing. What an absolutely incredible TVZ. Does that get an epic tag? Maybe. Maybe it does. Yeah. Oh, what it came down to was, again, Last needed to kill a base, and he didn't. He didn't kill this. He didn't kill this. He tried dropping. The Scourge positioning was beautiful out of Queen. He dropped in the main base, wiped out all of the tech, but that came back. He never wiped out this hatchery either. The Sunkens were incredible. The Ultralisks are out. I think he recognized the Ultras were out, and he was down a lot, and he was going to die. Last third base was a bit delayed. He got a fourth base up and rolling, which is great, but not enough at the end of the day. Look at this Scourge play. He's like, man, you're making a lot of science vessels and dropships. I'm just going to Scourge you to death. And he did. The science vessel count here is 1. At the end of the game, in a game where Last has been playing for 23 minutes, there's 1 science vessel on the field. That is a testament to how good Queen is at this matchup. He didn't even get Ultralisks out. The Ultras weren't even needed to win this game. He's got one. Look, it's an Ultralisk with 6 armor. It's got 2, I guess. Sure, that's nice. But he didn't use them for anything. I don't think they have any kills at all. Nope. They barely popped out. But it was the Lings and the Queens and the Lurkers with no attack upgrades either. Where did... Why did he delay attack upgrades for so long? He really went for 3 armor fast. Maybe that's a strategy. Maybe he was going for it. He's like 3 armor and don't worry about attack upgrades for the Lurkers or for my Zerglings and we'll be fine. And he was. Scrappy though, man. Really, really scrappy. Wonderful, wonderful match. I mean, that is, man, StarCraft at its best. I'm not sure it gets an epic tag, but let me know in the comments if you think it was. I'll debate it with you. How about that? 23 minutes, 157,000 points for Queen, 120,000 points for Last. Tracks. The kill-death ratio here is not great for Last. It's just you need to kill more stuff, man. I know 328 Zerg units is a lot, but you lost 275. The ratio is not good for you. Resources, end of the day, way more gas mined out of Queen. Minerals mined is pretty substantial too, and then just outspent the Terran player by 11,000 resources. That'll do it, man. It'll do it more often than not. All right, so good stuff, and that right there is gonna be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.